So the boards app is empty right now because we are going to upload as the weeks go. So we want to be focusing on, each week at a time. And it will be a busy 6 weeks, but any boot camp, you kind of are like a little bit more busier or, like putting more energy and time into it. Okay, so the aim of this boot camp is to literally level up in all areas of your business, but you're also your personal belief too. Okay, so this boot camp is running for 6 weeks. Sorry, I'm just going to change my screen and put the chat on so I can't see it. Here we go. And so it's running for 6 weeks. This has been the first, and the last being the 16th of October. Okay, so you should all have access to the boards app, and you'll be able to see these 6-week folders in there. And then the only thing in the folder right now is like the speaker. Okay. We've also got Sammy Reed and Sarah Dunning training as well. Okay, we've got Glenna and Haley as well training, and of course me. So I'm going to close it out in the last week as well. Sarah Dunning, if you guys don't know her, she is like the quietest little speaker like this. She's like a little mouse, and this is how she talks. Okay. She is going to speak in week 3, but she's going to speak about rejection because she is top 2 income earner globally. She's our upline. So our upline is Sammy Reed. Her upline is Stewie Armfield, he's actually like, if you find him on Instagram, he's like the gay dad, because he is his gay dad. He's literally just had a second child who's had a daughter. They've had like 2 women to 2 different kids. Like it's such a cool journey they're on. And then their upline is Sarah Dunning. So they're in the UK. And she's reached out to me when we went RVP Gold. She's like, how can I help? I was like, you're going to come on this bootcamp. So it's so cool that she's going to have here, because she basically went for a year and didn't even sell like a box of fizz. Like she didn't sell anything, like not even like one little thing, which is insane because now she's top 2 in the world. Okay. So this boot camp is going to take some extra time and extra energy from you. So I'm going to speak about, so I am actually reading off notes because I want to make sure I get everything done. So make sure you block out time to implement the homework for your week. And I will explain this very soon about, how to schedule your week to make sure you can fit this in, because tuning up live to these is like going to make such a difference. You'll feel the energy and excitement from everyone as well. And just note also the weekend of the 20th and the 1st of January, you need to block this out in your calendar, because everyone here is going to be area manager and we're going to come along. So anyone who promotes to area manager between now and then, so it doesn't have to be in the 6 weeks, it can be between now and January, will come to this weekend away. And I just want to let you know about my story promoting to area, because I did it. This time 2 years ago, I started at the end of June. I promoted to district manager probably like around 11th or 12th of September. So literally like right now I promoted to district manager. For the following 2 weeks of September, my QV stayed exactly probably like 2,500 or whatever it was to complete that month. Nothing, did not budge. Did not budge. At the end of September, this time 2 years ago, I went to AM Qual, which was 10,000 QV. So wherever you are now, like we need to just expand your vision and expand your belief, and just know all the work you're doing and all the conversations you're doing, it is working. Okay, so just because QV is not changing doesn't mean that it's not working, because honestly, like when that happened to me, I'm so grateful that happened to me in my first 3 months, because I network marketing podcast, which I'll talk about soon, but like literally that just like drove my belief, and like I just had to like literally brainwash myself about how much I love this industry and actually the potential of it. And it paid off, because then by November I completed area over a 3-month run of September, October, November. So just saying, we're like, you guys have all been doing what I've been doing the last few months. or what I did the last few months, you can all literally be there. I 100% believe in all of you, especially after the end of last month with what you guys all put through. Okay. So just as also with this boot camp, this is on top of your normal reach outs and on top of like what you'd normally do in the day. So it is extra. You're going to be busy, but like just, it's going to be worth it. Okay. So I'm just going to, there's 5 or 6 points I'm going to say tonight. The first thing is that when I say this on top of your normal reach outs, this is basically like your IPAs. Okay, so these bullet points here, I'm going to put in a board app so you can remember them. Your IPAs, if you don't know what they are your income producing activities. Okay, so just to recap on what these are, if you're not aware of, new connections, like saying hi, nothing Arbonne related. We kind of just went over that on the previous training. The second one is literally asking people to look at the business or the products. And this is really good. Like this one here, asking people to look at the business or the products. That can come like after like new connections, like nurturing those connections. Or you can, if you feel comfortable enough, you can just ask. Like generally if they're like close friends or family, I would just, when I started especially, I just asked them straight away. Said, hey, this is what I'm doing, something new, so excited. Like, do you want to take a look at it? I would love to get your thoughts on it. The third part is customer follow-up. This is very important. And consultant check-in. So those are the 4 ones. New connections, asking people to look at the business or products, customer follow-up, consultant check-ins. If you have no consultants, that is fine. Check in with the upline. Or check in with the sidelines and like keep accountable to them. Like we're on accountability chats. So just notice I didn't actually write anything on social media on those IPAs. And we have a training coming up on there that's going to be, Glenda's going to run that. I think it's week 4, social media queen. But there are so many benefits of social media, and I definitely recommend being on social media. But growing a team are actually done in the conversations. So don't expect to do a post or don't expect to do a reel and then do nothing, because you can't manifest your way to the top. You literally need to be in the conversations. But social media is really good to like, I always think of social media like your storefront or like your website. Like people want to come to your Instagram page and be like, oh, like she's really serious about what she does. And so it kind of like builds rapport and it builds trust with your audience, but you still need to actually actively go and chat, which I kind of just, it's a very good lineup tonight because I just pretty much talked about on the last training. So you dictate the number you do of these income producing activities a day. Everyone is different. Some people like do these daily, or some people go hard for 3 to 4 days on all of it. Then they spend the other 3 to 4 days a week, making content for social media or catching up on messages or something. So I personally do this religiously 5 days a week. I found like a happy medium with it. And then in the weekend, I'll fit in what I can around my family or while I'm away. And I don't ever feel like Arbonne's work. So even when I say I do this on the weekend, it's generally just like replying to messages that I've like been in and out with throughout the week. And it never bothers me. Lately, because we were running for region, I'm literally just working. I made who did I say this to yesterday? I can't remember. But I made a joke saying I'm going to see Luke in October. I said, I'll see you in October. I'm working really hard this month. And I say it as a joke, but I'm like totally not joking at the same time, because it's like such a short, condensed time to like really like push hard with this team and like be there for you guys. But long term, he knows the benefits. So it's just finding the balance that works for you and your family and making sure you find that time for family as well. It's very important. Okay, you've probably heard me say this, but I dedicate 3 to 4 evenings a week, and my husband understands that long-term benefits of this. Lately, I've kind of been working like 6 nights a week, probably even 7, but it is totally worth it. And it's not forever. So as long as like you've got that balance. So this kind of brings me on to point number 2. Which will be board zap as well. I suggest making this something you implement too, is crafting out time in your week for Arbonne and for family. So let your family know that you're doing this boot camp, or whoever you're living with, whatever. They need to understand the bigger picture, or they won't understand why you're all of a sudden so busy. and probably not earning the return ASAP. Because this business is a 2 to 5 year plan. And just because it's a low startup with uncapped earning potential doesn't mean you're going to earn big straight away. You can if you want to, earnings.arbonne.com. But this is a business. So like treat it like a business and it will pay you like a business. I reckon I've gone 2 weeks out of my whole 2 and a bit year journey where I haven't got paid because I've been consistent with my work and I've consistently had weekly commission come in because of like weekly sales I've personally made. So you can, like, if you're really serious about this business, you can make it. And also say if you've got built, like we've got such an amazing business. If you get like a big car bill come up all of a sudden, you could go so hard one week and just literally like sell lots of green gut glows and get paid, lots of 30 days and get paid next week to cover that. Like it is insane if you really want to go hard. And yeah, I'll just move on to the next one because I could keep going. So point number 3 is we see Sam's got all her books there, which is perfect. So personal development. This is like the biggest thing. Okay, so your homework for this whole entire boot camp, Get Over Your Damn Self by Romy Musi. I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm telling you right now, that one is like the best. It's like the best selling worldwide for network marketing. You can download it on Audible. You can buy the book. It doesn't matter which way. I've got both. I've listened to this so many times and I'm literally going to re-listen to it again. Okay, this book here is literally about building your business and you need to understand the ins and outs of this industry to move forward. And, like I am no exception and I will listen to this again for the 100th time. I even know Sammy re-listens to this as well. Like it's really good to like overcome like rejection and like talking to people. Then like say you might have, I remember when Glenna started, she's like, have you talked to this person? I was like, yeah. Have you talked to this person? Yeah. And it kind of got like for a while they were like going back and forth. We were like, well, had talked to the same person, but I've just been in the business longer than her and we have a lot of mutual connections. And it is going to happen to every one of us. So, and it's just like understanding like who does it go to? So for example, like say if someone came to me asking, but I know they've been in contact with one of you girls, I would send them straight back to you girls or whoever they've talked to first. Because morally, you would want them to do it. So if that happened to you, if you've been talking to someone and then, someone else ended up signing them up, you'd feel so bitter towards that person because you'd actually been the person to talk to them. So we always want to know where the people are coming from, especially if they're telling you they've talked to someone in the past. Or if people are coming to you about like wanting to cross teams, like they've like had no support from the upline, like you've got to be really careful about it because I've had some girls come to me and I'm like very careful about the way I word it because you have to literally make sure that you've covered all bases, like who's their upline, like why they got no support, because it's morally like imagine if the upline is doing the work, but you just got to really go back in those conversations. Okay, we're off topic. Point number 4, start tracking what you do. Okay, reach outs, follow-ups, discover Arbonnes, and QV. So I use TeamZ and it's worth your money in gold, but as we all know, there is a new Arbonne app. So this is actually part of your homework. Obviously, I'll upload it. But the Arbonne app is free and it's a good tool to use to start tracking what you do. And it's such a good way to track PCs, customers, and prospects. Okay, so I've actually attached, there's a lady called Jodie Healy and she did a training on it like 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I've actually just put that in the app for you guys to watch. It's 30 minutes, but it literally like just when you're watching it, you actually have to sit down and watch it because she takes you through, like say if you open up the app here, you'll want to be on it and she'll be, you'll watch it and you might want to pause it and then like just have a little play on it too. When you track your customers, oh my God, like this app, it can literally track, if you've sent a card out, it will tell you when they've opened it. Or, you can like log a follow-up. It can see where your customers have ordered so you can check in on them. Customer relationship is huge. So I use TeamZ. I'm not going to change because it's like just working for me and it's only $33 a month. So I'm happy with it. But Arbonne app is a free resource that Arbonne gives you. And it's a great way to start if you're not doing anything. Okay, QV tracking as well. This is something really important, but it can be a bit blurred lines because QV doesn't always necessarily mean that your business, that you're not working, but yeah. Don't get caught up on the numbers because QV is actually a reflection of how much activity you are in or how much activity you and your team are in. So if your QV is low, if your QV is low, especially at the end of the month, this is especially at the end of the month, just note that part. This is generally a reflection of the activity you and or your team is doing. Because the end of the month, it all comes together. And I've watched 24 months or 26 months of this happen now. And at the end of the month, every single time without a fail, so much QV comes through, okay? So just know that QV is a good way to see, like, you know, it's actually, your team knows when you're showing up. They know when you're doing the work and they know when you're showing up. I personally log onto my phone first thing in the morning and I check how far away I am from my bonuses. So if you open up your apps now, I just want to make sure you all know how to go to it. If you click on your app and go to your dashboard, and your numbers will come up on that dashboard, okay? So on the left-hand side at the top, it says central maintenance. And then if you click on the incentives, which is on the right-hand side, it has a countdown. So most of you will have either your IC or your manager bonus. And it literally will tell you at the bottom your QV to go. And then on the right-hand side, it will tell you how many PCs to go. So if you're going for your IC bonus, it's 2,500 QV and 2 new PCs or ICs and or ICs. If you're going for your district manager bonus, it's 5,000, and that 5,000 comes from you or anyone at consultant level. Okay, so it doesn't, if you've got district managers in your team, it doesn't count. That will count towards your area. And district manager is 5 new ICs or PCs all combined in that, okay, with 150 QV. Where am I in my notes? So yeah, this is a good, like, yeah, waking up, and if this is a good way to check, you know, how much QV you are away from your bonus. And if everyone in your team is working towards your personal goals, like our bonuses or hitting brick, so hitting brick is 2,500, your team will naturally be growing. Okay, and if we teach our teams to we want to be teaching our teams to hit brick. Like that's like your minimum, and it's so easy to maintain a thriving business if everyone's just doing the bare minimum. Because then it never feels like hard work. So right now, if you are a one-man band, don't worry. Imagine if you enrolled one person this week and you're both aiming to hit brick. All of a sudden, your business is pulling 5,000 QV at the end of the month, and that's district manager bonus. If you get you and 3 more doing this, you and 3 more doing 2,500, which is your brick, your area manager qual. Do that over 3 months, you're an area manager. Okay. So step number 5. Who do you need to be the next level of you? Now, this is the part where you're going to have to like take some time to go through this, because this is where you really want to see that person that you're going to be in the future. Okay, so what do these habits look like for an EMVP? Would an EMVP binge watch Netflix every night or not turn up to trainings? I don't think so. Okay, so step 1, you want to write out who you desire to be. I'm going to do this too, guys. Who do you desire to be? Business-wise, health-wise, family-wise. You know, like family can go into relationships, financial. Maybe you want to be bougie and go shopping all the time. Like, just put that future person out there. Wait, I just wanted to say bougie because it's such a cool word. Okay, step 2. What traits or characteristics does this person hold? Best example is like taking weight loss as an example. If someone wants to lose 20 kgs, would that person be eating takeaways every day or drinking excessively? Probably not, okay? You've got to match, your habits literally dictate who you're going to be. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Your habits dictate who you're going to be. And you are actually right now, you're a sum of all of your current habits. Okay, so whether it's good or bad, I have no idea what your habits are. You can change them. Okay, so, and also changing habits, doing something small every day actually makes a massive impact long term. Okay, imagine if you saved $1 a day. Long term, you're going to have like over 3 years, you're going to have $1,000, but every day $1 doesn't sound like a lot. Okay, habits compound. Okay, last point for tonight. This is homework as well. Go live or do a video and upload why you're doing this business. Okay, so if you're too scared to go live, I would recommend going live and just go and putting yourself out there. And if you're scared, get like, this is what you gotta do. Get a sticky note, and on your phone when you're live, like on the top hand side, there's usually like people, it shows who's viewing. Like put a sticky up there so you can't see who's actually watching, and you'll never know who's watching. But every time you go live, this is something I heard Jessie Lee say, and it's stuck in my head. Like over a year ago, I heard her say this. Every time you go live, you are talking to an audience. Okay, it's like you're filling a room without filling a room. Okay, and it makes you a better speaker, because you just learn to talk. You just learn to talk, pretend like you're talking to a friend, let them know. So yeah, I honestly, like, personally, that's why I go live, is because it forces me to speak. Half the time I have no idea what I'm going to talk about, but I know, but I don't know, but it just makes me turn up. And it's the fact that I'm continuing this habit. It's like continuing to turn up on social media. Like it's the habit that you want, and that like builds long term. Okay, so let the world know why you're doing this business and pin it to the top of your Instagram. Okay, you can redo this later, but just do it messy, guys. Like, fuck, who cares? Who gives a fuck? You know I'm serious when I start swearing. People love watching a journey, eh? They love it. They freaking love it. And I love watching you girls just put yourself out there too. I love it. Honestly, every time I see it, I'm like, there they are. They're showing up again. They're putting themselves out there. Creating the lives of their dreams, you know? But people want to know why they want to buy from you, okay? This is why you need to upload it. Why should they choose Arbonne from you? We all sell the same products. Okay, so your why, this is what makes you stand out, guys. This is what makes you stand out, and your why is your connection to this opportunity that people will want to join or people will want to buy. Okay, so I'm just going to recap the homework, but we're going to have this uploaded. So, oh no, I'm not going to recap yet. I have something to share for you. Give me a second. I've got to figure out share screen, because share screen. Sorry, I've got my. There's my notes, guys. Okay, here we go. My computer is usually very slow when it does this. Here we go. A second. Share. Computer's actually very slow, which is why this is happening. Present. Okay, this is some more homework because it's going to be exciting. This is fun. Here we go. That took about an hour. Okay. I'm putting RVP because this is going to, like, your RVP is like a journey to get there, but this applies from like even day dot. Okay. So wherever you are now, this has to start fresh. 30 people on average, it takes 30 people to get to a big goal. And this is any business. This is real estate. This is any business. And I've heard this multiple times on multiple different network marketing podcasts. And one that stood out to me, which I can't find an audio, they must have deleted it, but it's called Beach Money by Jordan Adler. And basically what you want to be doing is you want to be enrolling 30 people from the time you start momentum. Well, not start momentum, but like today we decided that you're going to go all in and go hard and really, really want to be attracting and growing your team. Okay. And this is my countdown. Oh, you probably don't see it. I'll send a picture to you. But I started this countdown in August last year. My first person on there was Kerry, who's Hayley Wickett's older sister. I then had a girl called Savannah, and she still orders. I then had Mallory turn up, Katie, and then Hayley. And then it went from there. And I literally have just ticked off the last 30 and we're pretty much promoting to RVP. Like it's fucking did my mind in, did it literally. Okay, so it took me a year. This is like a year run for me. And if you weren't on last Sunday, find the recording. I have had so many freaking struggles with this business, and I believe me, I've felt all the emotions. But every time, basically, you can print this out and you can write the names on when you enroll with someone new. Okay, and you want to fill up 30 names. So on the top, so I'm just going to read the top part. So the first thing, have fun and dream big. Second part, 30 minutes a day of asking people to look at the business. And those 30 minutes of asks aren't actually like, you literally need to like, when you fill these people, these squares in, like they're actually people who have actually signed up as consultants. These aren't like asks or like these aren't Discover Arbonnes. Okay. Third point, attend everything. Okay. Every time you go to an event, it builds your belief. It allows you to learn more about how other people speak, and you pick up so much about how, like, you know, some tips that I've picked up so much tips from different people speaking. I still even pick up tips from you girls speaking because people just say stuff and everyone relates to someone differently. Number 4, listening to network marketing specific personal development. Holy shit, what was I okay. That's what I'm saying. Get over your damn self. Sam obviously just got like heaps of books. Network marketing specific. Okay. There's so much out there. There's so much personal development out there. But you really need to like almost brainwash yourself and actually understand like the actual opportunity. This like the freaking, you're on a gold mine. I'm saying what this is. Number 5, help those that turn up and roll their first 3 ICs and PCs. Number 6, I'm going to go back to number 5 and explain that. When people start and when people start and they enroll consultants under them, they are more likely to stay on longer than someone who comes in with no one. Okay. And I remember Sarah Dunning, I jumped on a call with her in June, and she said, because she's been in the business for 15 years, she said something like, basically every time someone enrolls a consultant, you're buying an extra month of their time in the business. Okay. Number 6, the 90-10 rule. 90%, and this will blow your mind, 90% of this time spent personally enrolling and helping those newbies enroll their 3 ICs and PCs. Okay. I think I missed it out, but the 10% will be like working with your team or working with other people in your team and doing all the other bits and bobs of this business. This business is massively about like your personal activity. We can't rely on our team. 7, enroll up, enroll scary, like your chicken list. You know, feel the fear and do it anyway. So on the right-hand side, you're going to write your start month, which is now, or you can even write your start date, which is the 11th of September. Okay, 10 out of these 30, 10 will get excited and do nothing. I think we've all had people like that. If you haven't, they are coming. 10 will make okay money. Okay. So they'll do it, but they're kind of like not all in, but they're still making money. But honestly, everyone helps in this business. I have definitely got heaps of those girls in my business who like just kind of dabble in it. 10, none of those girls are on the school, by the way. 10 will earn great money if they do the work. And 1 to 2 of these 30 will build a business of thousands. And you might have heard the 80-20 rule. So 80% of your income will come from 20% of your girls or your people. And then 20% of your income will come from 80% of the team. Okay. It is, and if I look at the team here, last month we had about a third of my business come from Glenna and her downline. So it's kind of like, it's not quite 80-20, but then 2/3 came from like all of my other girls combined. So I've got quite a wide bunch of people, a wide team. But just goes to show that Glenna's downline, it goes deep. But that's what I mean by like these, like, you've got certain girls that will do more. Their team combined, if that makes sense. It's never about one person. So I did stop share. That's perfect. That is it for night number 1. What we're going to do now is I need to upload all the homework, and it's literally all written out. So you're going to have all those steps, all the homework. If I can recap, you're going to watch the Arbonne app training, how to use the Arbonne app so you can understand how to track. Get over your damn self by Roman you said. What else did I put in there? Print out that 30. There's something else. I feel like I've missed it. I don't know. It'll be on there. Let's have a look. Oh, block out time. The important part. Block out time in your calendar to commit to this. Okay, so don't forget family time, but let them know let them know you're doing this business, and let them know that you're going to be a bit busier. Okay. Yeah, that is it for night number 1. Who is feeling excited? Oh, good work, honestly. Watch these teams grow. This is so exciting. Okay, I'll leave you be for tonight. I'll upload this, and any questions. Oh, that's it. When we do the homework, massive part I missed out. When we do the homework, put any questions in the level up chat. This is what the chat's for. Any questions, and when you've also done it, like for example, when you do your why on Instagram, done. Put it in the chat and be like, oh shit, Jess has done it. Now I better go do mine, like, oh damn it, like they'll prompt you, like it keeps people motivated. Okay. Oh, I'm so excited. Well done. Good night. See you in the chat.